In the couple videos earlier, we looked into the basics of 1D hydraulic model. We also looked at some governing equations. We looked into the digital elevation model and how to download digital elevation model from opentopography.org. We were able to inspect our DEM, but without the HECRAS model installed software, there is no way we can achieve our goal. So we need to install the HECRAS software and we need to start a project. And to do that, we have to go to the HEC model, HEC software, which is housed at the US Army Corps of Engineer website. The HEC itself is the Hydrologic Engineering Center. And then if you go to the site, I have linked it here. We are going to see a lot of information. We have the download tabs from where we can download the recent HECRAS software. We also can download the previous versions, like we can download for Windows, we can download for Linux, and we have archived versions which go back all the way even before 4.1, so we can see all the versions and you can download the versions of interest. One rule of thumb I have is to be wary of recent version. Sometimes when a version is recently released, it has some bugs that needs to be fixed. So I usually want to go and download a version, not the recent, a version just before the recent version and see what fixes was made or has been made on the recent version. So let's go to the site and explore the site ourselves. So if you go to the site, you are going to see everything I have shown earlier. We have the feature page, we have the download, we have the documentation, and we have training guides, we have issues, we have bug report, we have suggestions, we have collaborations, we have some policies, documentation that are useful. And if you're looking for some versions, so sometimes this is minimized, you have to expand the archive version windows and then you can download. For this tutorial, I am going to be using the HECRAS version of 6.5. As this version 6.5 will give me the same as the current version of 6.7. So I'm not in a hurry to upgrade my version as long as I can achieve the same results. So you are welcome to use any version from 6.0. You can do the same thing. And like I mentioned earlier, we have the documentation. You can see information about the source documentation on HECRAS. You can see user's manual, hydraulic references, application guides, and more covering topics on 1D, 2D, and sediment hydraulics. So this documentation can be accessed even through the help menu. If you go to HECRAS and you look at HECRAS have the help menu, and there you can find this documentation. We also have information about release note. Here we can talk about changes that have been made on earlier versions as well as the software. We have some training tutorials and some training guides that are also very useful for anyone using the software. We have some guides and tutorials and some reference documentation. If you go to the training, this is beautiful because here you can learn a variety of training. You can see videos or some training guides that talks about sediment transfer. We have training on intro to sediment and debris. We have uh, tutorials, training on tributary with sediment, how to add a tributary with sediment. We have reservoir sedimentation. We have reservoir sedimentation. We also have non-Newton flows and semicircular flumes. So you can learn how to do that. We have sediment transport. We also have some demos. The first ones are mainly webinars. We have some demos on dam break analysis, dam breach. We have levee breaching analysis. We have instantaneous dam break. We have lower, these are good examples. We have a two-dimensional structure analysis with velocity tracing. we have benefit of soft grip, but these are beyond the current tutorials. We also have trainings on water quality and sediment transport for erosion and deposition. So it is very important. If you want to learn something, you can take some of these training tutorials as guide. So with that, we can go back and see. So this is how we can download the software, and you install it and follow the prompt to be able to properly install the software. To start a new HECRAS project, we need to open the HECRAS by double clicking it. Once the software is open, what we need to do is to go and create a new project. So we say new file, new project. We bring it in and we go into users. For me, I just want to find um, a good location and 1D model. I'll go into my model and I'm going to name it as um, I'm going to call it the West Virginia. West Virginia crossing. West Virginia crossing. So this is going to be my model, and I'm going to say OK. It's going to ask that the unit is in US custom unit, which is in feet. So we can say, okay, if you are outside the US, you can use a different, and to do that, you need to go to the options menu to do that. So I've created my project, and with that in mind, I can go ahead and create my geometry. So now the project is there. I can hit my geometry. I will go to File. I will go to Save Geometry Data As. And it will be the same model. So I'm going to call it Base Geometry. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to hit OK. And now I'm going to rename this as Base Geometry. And I'm going to hit File. The description is Base Geometry that I added. So I'm going to hit File, and I will say Save Geometry Data, and I'm going to close it. So what we see is that we have created our project, and we have added a geometry file where we can build our geometry features. And like I mentioned earlier, this is very important. Then what we need to do, we can see what we've done in RAS-MAPPER if we have this geometry called the geometry file. But I want to add the description so that when I share the project, someone else can be able to understand what is going on. So I'm going to call it to West Virginia Highway Covert Placement. Using 1D. Or we should better name it properly by coming here and say 1D model. I say it's a 1D model of West Virginia Highway Covert Placement, and I'm going to hit save, and I'm opening RAS-MAPPER, and it's going to take a while, a couple of minutes, but it's going to load. And when it does, we can see that the geometry we created is added as our base geometry. So this is how we are able to create our project and also create a geometry placement, and we can use the geometry to build our futures. Right now we don't have a location. By the time we import we're able to import our projection and also terrain, then we can know the location of this project. But right now I'm just going to close my RAS-MAPPER. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to close out, and this is how we're able to install HECRAS and also start a project. In the next video, we are going to bring in our digital elevation model, and then we can create our terrain file. But to do that, we also need to be able to have our projection file, and we can cover that in the next video. So right now you go to close, and I will see you in the next video.